Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren in Albany, New York. Shout out to upstate New York. And speaking of upstate New York, we're going to talk about upstate New York's very own Amir Young Master Imam, because Amir Imam, he had a good fight with Jose Ramirez on Saturday night. Obviously, he wound up losing. Jose Ramirez was a better man on the night. But considering the fact that, he lost the fight to the guy that was better on the night, the better fighter, Amir Young Master Imam, it was his first real fight since the Granados fight, and I think he lost, he gave a good account of himself, at least a good enough account of himself for boxing fans to put some respect in his name in terms of his heart, because a lot of fight fans were questioning Amir Imam's heart. He made it through the 12 rounds. He never once hit the canvas, fought with the swollen, I believe it was, right eye for like the last 3 to 4 rounds. So for Amir Imam, man, I wish him nothing but the best. He's a friend of the channel. I still think he's his top fighter. But honestly, he needs to make some adjustments as far as things he does in the ring, because a lot of the weaknesses that were there in the Granados fight were still there 3 years later in the Ramirez fight, and I don't know how he's gonna go out fixing those things, but I hope he fixes them. But his trainer recently came out, Stacey McKinley. Shout out to Stacey McKinley. His trainer came out on the YouTube channel Laugh at First Sight. So shout out to Justin. I know Justin, who runs the channel, YouTube channel. He basically said that Amir Imam will be moving up to 147. And I'll be honest with you guys, Amir Imam is a tall guy. A lot of you guys don't realize that Amir Imam is 5'11". He is built just like Tommy Hearns. Like, his stature is much like a Tommy Hearns. So I think if that's the plan next, then that move makes a lot of sense, because Amir Imam has to cut a lot of weight to get down to 140. I don't think you guys gonna quite understand that. He has to cut a lot of weight to get down to 140, and I think that takes away a little bit from him as a fighter. And I'm pretty sure, if I had to take a guess, even 3 years ago, I feel like it was still a hard weight cut for him. Even if it's not as difficult as it is now, it was still a difficult weight cut for him. So, I think it's good news. That Amir Imam will be going to 147. I would like to see him in there with some top names. I think. And here's my thing with Amir Imam, okay? Here's my problem. Here's my gripes about him as a fighter. I like watching him fight. I think he's fan-friendly. He's a good TV-friendly fighter. He's fun to watch. But, his issues come into play are the fact that he doesn't, move laterally all the time. He has this bad habit of moving back in straight lines, so he gets caught with a lot of shots he shouldn't get caught with. And he has a bad habit of lying on the ropes, and pressure fighters tend to lean up on him and just dig to the body and do work on him. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that as far as his skill set. What I am a fan of when I watch Amir Imam fight is when he starts using his legs, controlling the distance and the pace and where the fight is fought with his legs, as he was doing in the first couple rounds of that Ramirez fight. Yeah, Ramirez was putting that intelligent pressure on him, but Amir Imam was doing a good job of staying on the outside. It wasn't until about the 7th or 8th round where Stacey McKinley told him, "Hey, to go fight on the inside." Where I think the fight completely swung in the favor of Ramirez, because from that point forward, I don't think Amir won more than one round. He's not an inside fighter, and he wasn't just magically going to become an inside fighter on March 17th on St. Patrick's Day of 2018 against Jose Ramirez. It's just not who he is. He is a fantastic outside boxer. He's got a really good jab. I would like to see him mix in the right hand a little more, and maybe even chop to the body, because I don't feel like he attacks the body enough. I think if he attacked the body more, he'd be a lot more dangerous as a fighter, because people would be more weary of him, because he's not throwing punches from the same exact spot. Because Amir Imam is one of those fighters, when he throws a jab, he overcommits the jab. There's not a lot of feints or changing of the rhythms or changing of the speed. So you if you're fighting Amir Imam, you pretty much know that the jab is coming in at the same speed every single time. So that's why it became a little easier as the fight wore on for Jose Ramirez to, time Amir Imam and counter him. And you saw from basically pretty much all the championship rounds, from the 9th to the 12th, Ramirez was on his toes. He was bouncing around. He was jabbing. He was boxing. He was moving side to side. And that was a style change for him. You see what I'm saying? Like, it was a style change for him because he was, at the beginning of the fight, he was putting that intelligent pressure on him. He was getting on the inside. He was making sure, he was digging in the body. He was doing what he had to do. But then as the fight went on, he began bouncing on his toes. He began, kind of touching him with a jab, moving, slipping, and it became a fight where an adjustment was made, and Amir Imam could have adjusted the adjustment. So he needs to get more tools in his toolbox. He's a very good outside boxer. He's got fantastic power. The question now becomes, what can he do? Because he's still a young fighter. He's still, what, 26, 27 years old? So there's still some years for him to do something in boxing. And, I 147, he's going to be a lot stronger, but he's going to have to, and another thing too is I would really hope, I really hope, and this is just my opinion. I'm giving you guys my objective opinion, and this is me talking despite the fact that I'm cool with Amir and his team. I'm just giving you my objective opinion. I hope at some point in his career, within the next year or so, that he stops doing this whole Philly shell stuff all the time, because when he gets in close quarters and he starts rolling the shots rather than just tying the guy up, he's always open for left hooks. I mean, go back and watch the Ramirez fight. Look how many left hooks Jose Ramirez was landing on Amir Imam, and why? It's because when he starts doing the whole Philly shell thing, he's leaving this whole side open. So he to try to get your hand up before that left hook comes, it's a pain in the behind. And then even if you get it up like right here, if the hook comes, boom, your hand still gets hit. Your hand, even if you block it, your hand gets hit. It hits your head, and boom, you're still feeling the effects of the punch, even if it doesn't necessarily land or gets scored as a scoring blow. So, I mean, they just need to refine his style. He does some really good things well, but he needs to be a dominant out. If Amir, listen, it's as simple as this. If Amir Imam wants to be a great fighter, he needs to be a dominant outside boxer. No two ways about it. He's a good outside boxer, but he's not a great outside boxer. And he needs to become a great outside boxer if he wants to become a world champion. I mean, I don't know, man. He showed in the Walter Castillo fight he could fight going backwards a little bit. Hasn't shown really since that fight. Outbox Uga. So there's definitely a fighter in there. There's a top level fighter in there, but it's just, can Stacey McKinley bring it all the way out? And I think he can, but they need to really change some things in the style. And my objective opinion is that, hey, he needs to not fight on the inside against inside fighters. I mean, and that's something that I hope whenever they get here. Whenever Stacey gets here, because I know Stacey McKinley is going to be in Germany, I think, this week, because Isaac Ekbo's fighting Tyron Zuji in their rematch. So I don't know if he's going to be back, but whenever he's back, I'd like to get some clarity on why he told Amir to make that adjustment, because I couldn't understand it. Granted, Ramirez was beginning to touch Amir Imam a little bit from the outside, but why give him more of an option to touch Amir? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't agree with the adjustment that he tried to make. But that's his job as a trainer. You learn with your mistakes, so that's why he gets paid the money, and hopefully he can have a good answer for myself, for me when I ask him that question, because I want to know. As far as where Amir Imam, who could he really beat at 147? I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. At 147, let's see. Let's go through it. We got Jeff Horn, we got Danny Garcia. I mean, there's a lot of guys at 147 that I think would give Amir Imam a lot of problems, and I'll tell you why. I think a lot of guys at 147 will beat Amir Imam because of the fact that a lot of those guys up there are a lot more experienced. A lot of those guys up there, they hit even harder. A lot of those guys are much more accurate punches than the guys at 140. So Amir Imam, I'm not saying that he's going to get stomped out by everybody in the 147-pound division, because I think when you have this kind of power and you have this kind of jab and you have this kind of athletic ability in the ring, anything is possible in a fight, and you can match up well with anybody on the night. But he needs to refine some things in his skill set, and he needs to become a dominant outside boxer. He will not elevate to where he needs to be in his career until he becomes a dominant outside boxer, and that's just no two ways about it. And I'm saying this as someone who has covered Amir Imam for 3 years now. I probably interviewed him more than anybody in the world since he lost to Granados. So. I hope he becomes world champion. I still hope he becomes world champion. I think he'll be better at 147. I think he'll be stronger at 147, and I think life will be easier for him at 147 as far as the weight cut. But as far as the opponents, it's going to get a lot harder. It will get harder at 147. And there's options for him there. I think it'd be cool to see him. A lot of people made because I was talking about in the comments after I made that video about Terrence Crawford, how Terrence Crawford didn't want to fight Amir Imam. and that I thought he ducked Amir Imam and Lipinets as well because those were his two mandatories, and he never decided to fight either of them when he was undisputed. And then you guys are saying, oh, well, he moved up to fight Jeff Horn, but the fight got pushed back, so the fight hasn't happened yet, so we're not going to give him credit until the fight actually happens. With that being said, I still would like to see Terrence Crawford versus Amir Imam. I would love to see that fight. Terrence was there. I guess he knows who Amir Imam is now because he was at the fight. I still want to see that fight because styles make fights, man. I think when you look at Jose Ramirez, right? Jose Ramirez is always the kind of style that Amir Imam has had problems with, going back to Fidel Maldonado, going back to Granados, and now in the Ramirez fight, he's shown that he's had a problem with pressure fighters his entire career. But Crawford is not a pressure fighter. Crawford is a guy that can he dig the body? Is he a good body puncher? Yeah, he can. He's a good body puncher, but he's not Granados and he's not Ramirez. He doesn't apply that kind of pressure. So with that being said, that fight to me becomes that fight. I'm telling you, that fight would become more of a outside boxing match. It would become more of an outside fight. And Amir Imam on the outside, I think, is good enough to give Terrence Crawford a run for his money. I'm not saying he'll beat him, but I'm telling you guys, a lot of you would be surprised if that fight happened. Terrence Crawford wouldn't just go in there and blow him out because he don't have that style. And at 147, Amir Imam would be a lot stronger. So I would like to see that fight. Amir Imam versus Sean Porter would be a good fight. Just see if Amir Imam can deal with another pressure fighter. And Sean Porter is one of the best pressure fighters, so I think that'd be a tough fight for Amir. I don't know if he win that one. Keith Thurman would be a good fight. I mean, there's options there for Amir Imam at 147, but he's gonna have to work his way up, and he's gonna have to really refine that style. And we'll see what happens, man. Regardless of what happens in the future, I'll be covering it because they're right here in South Florida. I have a good relationship with them, so shout out to Stacey McKinley, who came out recently and said that Amir Imam will be moving to 147. Now in his next fight. So we'll see what happens. But I'll leave the video for you guys in the description so you can see what Stacey McKinley said about Amir Imam's future and just the Ramirez fight in general. And let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like a move to 147 for Amir Imam. Is it the right thing to do? Leave your comments down below. Take the time to subscribe. And like I said in every video, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dang. So until next time, take care, guys.